Ice Rod pedestal. Didn't that just happen, like, in a race today?
I also feel like it happened in a race previous. It might have been a back-to-back kind of a situation.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if, like, of your 6 races in Swiss, all of them were pedestal seeds? The kind of luck you'd have to get for that.
You might just have to call it a day. But it looks like our racers are off and going. SevenS1ns already checked his Link's house, didn't go to Sanctuary. Chexhuman went to Sanctuary and is now
we got
synced up. So it looks like he's heading towards the under part of Hyrule, gonna go the lower route to Kakariko, and SevenS1ns heading into the escape section.
Man, I know we have a lot of big 20s in this game, but seeing both red rupees at both the starting location chests is pretty fun. Another one for Mokul. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. I want to see at least 2 more red rupees before we get something good. Come on. Oh, well, there it is. Yeah. It's over.
Whammy's already early in this seed, so Ether medallion, not tablet. People aren't just finding random tablets in the chest these days, but yeah, that's good. That's 1/3 of what they might need for these dungeons, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. Do you like early medallions?
Yeah, I mean, earlier medallions means a better chance of getting all the medallions and not having to worry about it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see. It's kind of useless until they get a sword, if they ever actually use it for combat. But who knows? Maybe we'll see Ether use, to freeze the guard down by Zelda's cell. That one's always a funny one. Yeah, we saw a bottle, our potentially first bottle, in the library. Ooh, now this is a nice find. The bush crab dropping those big 20s. Told you we'd see a lot more of those.
Oh yeah, you wanted to have a lot more 20s.
I can imagine SevenS1ns. Yeah, I can imagine SevenS1ns farming that one a couple more times.
Just a bunch of bombs at the Anxiety Cave or the Lumberjack Cave, if you will. He's doing it in tune with the music.
Can we swap audio, please? No, I'm just kidding. I have a tendency to do that. Usually with the book. I'll just be carrying the book everywhere if I get it. Going through the desert.
I have heard that the book spam increases your movement. Is that correct?
Could you imagine if that was the new meta? You just had to spam book. Every time that little sound effect goes off, you're saving a couple frames on every movement.
Yeah, it refreshes your movement so Link is always moving 2 pixels.
That would make this game literally impossible to watch as a viewer. If the entire game was murr, 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 murr.
I mean, at least you could have fun with it.
Yeah. Just think of those menu times. They would be, off the charts.
But yeah, we've seen both racers making good use of these little bush crabs dropping all this money.
Yeah, it looks like Chexhuman is also trying to set up for maybe one of the other tier tree pulls, maybe 2 or 3. We know that it's small magic decanters for the first pull. Let's see what the other ones are, if he gets it.
Oh, it's looking like it.
Oh, mama.
So, if you don't know, there are 3 tiers. There's a green tier, blue tier, red tier. You need to do a certain combination between these tiers in order to actually get the correct pull. So the first one, I believe, is just any kill. It doesn't matter, any kill, any damage. The second one is 4 kills with damage, and then the top tier is 4 kills without damage.
Very, very useful in NMG runs, especially if you want to skip that Sahasrahla money. But getting back into the race, SevenS1ns going into Blind's basement with... Oh, wow. Hold on. Back to the other thing. More red rupees in the tree pulls. I can't believe how many red rupees I've seen. Somebody go back and watch the VOD and count how many red rupees in total in this race, and I'll give you $5 on PayPal. Another one. But yeah, SevenS1ns getting bailed out in Blind's basement, going in there with 0 bombs and finding 3, as well as the D.
Ooh, that blue mail too.
I personally don't take that gamble on going into these top sections without bombs, but because then you just end up having to backtrack back in after you go buy bombs or find some elsewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, more often than not, they're I've been pretty lucky and hookshot at the bottle merchant, but holy crap, that was amazing. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, I've been more lucky often than not checking those chests and always getting a bomb. But yeah, that's I can always imagine if you're heading towards from underneath, you want to buy those bombs.
Yeah, so we got bow and hookshot and ether so far. That doesn't really tell us anything yet about the seed. We still need a few more items before we can make any sort of assumptions, analysis, hypotheses, etc.
Yeah, but I mean, seeing a bow early, a very confident choice to head over to Sahasrahla and check out Eastern Palace might be coming up here soon for our racers.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a map check soon. I don't think we've gotten one yet.
It's looking like not. So many red rupees.
Now, at this point, if Eastern ends up being a crystal, would you go even without the lamp?
Yeah.
Even without a sword?
Oh yeah, I mean, you got the hook shot, you got blue mail. Even with 3 hearts, that's still not that bad. Hookshot can stun, kill the pokies, and then it can give you the immunity frames that you need.
Oh, I saw a very quick check. It did look like it might have been green pendant Eastern. Pendant
right,
Desert, and maybe a crystal at Hera?
Yeah,
Hopefully, our players are nice enough to check again and leave it up for a couple seconds, maybe.
Looks like our tracker got it. So yes, green pendant at Eastern, another pendant at Desert, and a crystal at Hera. So looking at it like this, if it's a pendant and I don't have the lamp or a sword, I wouldn't go all the way in Eastern. If it was a crystal, yes, but pendant, no. Well, this is exciting. So, SevenS1ns checking the dam, and Chexhuman heading up to Eastern Sahasrahla.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of gotta follow what the game gives you. And the game gives you a bow, you're thinking, hey, I should go do Eastern. But at the same time, I don't know.
Well,
our players are gonna be making gambles here and there, so who knows? Hey, look, there's some Zora money.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, like, looking at Chexhuman, he only had 2 bombs coming over here, and I mean, with being able to check Mini Moldorm Cave and then perhaps Ice Rod Cave, if he didn't buy any bombs, might have saved the Sahasrahla check for later.
Yeah, leaving Kakariko without picking up more bombs is a bit of a risk to take, and there we get the hammer and the flute from Mini Moldorm Cave. Wow, this room is usually not that hype, but we got 2 super hype items.
Oh yeah, movement and one of probably the most important items right now. They have a way to consistently deal damage without running out of ammo or magic.
Yeah, I would imagine seeing maybe a trip up to Death Mountain pretty soon, especially with that hookshot in hand. I can guarantee that there might be something on the other side. Now, at the same time, you know, you want to take that hammer and go up and do Tower of Hera, potentially. But without a fire source, that is a bit of a gamble in case something ends up being in the basement. Or it's the big key ends up being in the basement, so...
Oh, yeah. The tower room. The break room. The tower room, the long room. There's so many different names.
I like SevenS1ns saving and quitting out of there. And immediately going and get this. Because now, if he wants, he can fly back to 8 and then check Ice Rock Cave.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a smart play. Now, I wonder if we're going to see any fake flippering or any other sorts of sequence break from our player. It looks like Chexhuman is going to go for the Eastern Palace sequence break by doing these dark rooms.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're already here in this area and you're going through it, there's common sayings, you know, if you're gonna go into a dungeon, finish it. Although, I mean, this could be a pretty good play. Choosing to go here, sequence break, and then getting the green pendant if Sahasrahla has something of real importance. This could give Chexhuman a huge advantage over 7.
Yeah, we saw SevenS1ns sitting on the map. I think he was contemplating whether this was a good idea or not. I think it's a great one.
Oh, absolutely.
you're aiming for the most chests at one time, so clearing all of East Death Mountain in the light world is yeah, it's a pretty good play. And if you're following what the seed is giving you, it kind of feels like this is the right choice. But he's gonna have to be careful with only half a heart and no sword.
And I know what you mean about feeling it. I mean, like, you have the hammer, you have the hook shot, you have the flute. I mean, those are three things that are like, hey, you know, you may not have the mirror, but Death Mountain, my friend.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, fortunately for him, he's going to pick up a couple hearts here from these pots, so he won't have to worry about dying to any mini Moldorans. Oh, wow, there's the lamp!
Awesome.
Well, if Eastern Palace ends up having anything, SevenS1ns will be able to save some time if he ends up going back there to go check items, since he'll have the lamp to clear the dark rooms.
And even more important, he actually has the fire source, so if there's something in the tower room, he's got it, man. He's got access to that.
Oh yeah, that's true. So he'll be able to full clear Hera, which is nice, since that is the first crystal dungeon. Also picking up the red mail. Lots of defense in the seed, but no offense. Minimal offense. No swords.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen red mail before a single sword, so that's impressive.
Well, I mean, like, so far we haven't seen too much love in this seed, so I mean, red mail with 4 hearts it's really nice to see early on. Ooh, Moon Pearl. Chexhuman getting the Moon Pearl in Eastern. I mean, I can imagine Seven going to Eastern Palace right after here. Chexhuman have a little bit of difficulty here. There's the key. There's the magic. And there it is. Alright, he is through. So, barring any major problems at Armos, Chexhuman is going to have a nice, clean fight.
Alright, well, I wonder what SevenS1ns is going to do now. He kind of messed up the routing, because normally, you know, you'd go to Hera, then you'd do Spiral Cave. Because now you gotta go all the way back up the mountain at this point, which, a little bit of time loss.
Oh yeah, but there have been races where somebody has gone by and they haven't checked the Spiral Cave and it contained like a very important item. So I think more or less he's probably taking it safe just in case that, you know, there's a sword there, you know, something else that's going to help him get through this.
Wow, that's some value right there.
2/3 of a Dark World access in Eastern, and the hammer's not that far behind. So Chexhuman, depending on where he decides to go, heads over to Mini Moldorm Cave, has Dark World access.
Wow, that's pretty quick Dark World access too. You know, right before the 15-minute mark. Assuming he goes there next.
I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm kind of getting jealous of how front-loaded this seat is.
Oh, and look at this. This Hera is locked by a fire source, so that lamp was a good find. Convenient that he found it on the way up here.
Oh, so convenient.
So very. But yeah, that pendant Eastern, it's a good play. Regardless, you just ignore that it's pendant or crystal and just go for it. Because it's a good play. It's a good play. Some people disagree. I mean, that bow is a little telling, in my opinion. Early bow, come on.
Yeah, he got a point. He'll be able to head up here without the flute, though, so he's still sequence breaking, but he at least has a nice way to tell where he is. Yep, he's going to switch to the hook shot.
Oh yeah, this is a little obnoxious. I mean, boomerang, like, if you don't have a sword, at least, like, boomerang's kind of more convenient.
Yeah, because you can at least move with the boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there's the big key, no map. So, choosing the Death Warp. That red mail makes it a little bit difficult, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's pretty good that he has the hammer here. It's one of the only 2 ways to really damage Moldorm. But more importantly, these beetles go down with 1 hit with that hammer. We've seen other racers that without a sword have tried to fire rod them, come to resort to like, strategically bombing them down a hole.
Did we get a sword from the uncle? Or from the old man?
No. That might be a misclick, because... Oh, no, wait, yeah. We might have, because SevenS1ns didn't actually go check the old man. Decided to go straight to the right side after fluting.
That's a good sequence break right there, if I ever seen one. Chexhuman with all the good sequence breaks right now. Of course, is it really a sequence break if the lamp was available the whole time? You just had to find it.
I mean, but what it wanted, what the seed wanted you to do is go to Mini Moldorm Cave, get that flute up there, head over to the right side of Death Mountain, then then flute back, and then go get the old man. So, that's a bit of like a runaround just for that item.
And we're seeing this nifty little bomb jump from Chexhuman. That one's nice. If there's a good item in there, and you want to continue searching around here. Of course, I feel like a save and quit would have been a little bit quicker, since, if he was like going to be going up and mirroring and like doing Hera and all that stuff, maybe. But since he had to drop back down anyway, probably would have been faster save and quit. But,
I mean, for safety though, it would have at least given him a chance to refill his hearts.
Yeah. SevenS1ns picking up their first crystal. Now, as we all know, they still need to... Hopefully they remember to save the old man at this point.
Oh yeah. Kind of wondering where SevenS1ns is going.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's checking the floating island.
Okay. Oh,
Fire rod.
Good check. Wow. That's pretty important. Well, I mean, we know that we need a mirror to complete some dungeons, assuming they're crystals.
Oh yeah, I mean, 2 pendants in Light World, we're definitely going to need the fire rod. Now, if we'll need the ice rod, that remains to be seen. Chexhuman looking bright in that red frame. At this date, I don't really think anybody's really ahead. Chexhuman decided to make that gamble, get that pendant in Eastern Palace, and then got himself the Moon Pearl and the lift upgrade. But SevenS1ns decided to check some overworld locations, get a hammer and a flute, and head up to Death Mountain to get that Hera crystal.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty early to try and drop who's in the lead, who's not, because they're both missing significantly important items. Fortunately, SevenS1ns is about to go get his sword. He's going to play a little ditty on his flute while he walks through the cave.
Oh yeah, I mean, these caves have great acoustics.
So
but he's not playing the musical number for the old man. Oh wait, there it is.
We go. Nailed it. So at this point, SevenS1ns still has Sahasrahla, Eastern, Chexik Kid, Agana Cave. I think that's it for the Light World stuff, if I recall correctly. Oh, and then... No, because all the Zora stuff...
Ice Rock Cave hadn't been checked either, as well as Escape.
And as of right now, Zora's still not technically available without a glove or flippers.
Alright, looking like he's setting to go check the Sick Kid, and Chexhuman is checking the back half of, or the very last part of Escape. Good plays.
Oh yeah, neither players have actually done the beginning of Escape either. I always forget that that's a dungeon in open mode. Oh, there's that ice rod. Oh, and the boomerang, nice.
Chexhuman probably wanted that boomerang a little bit earlier, but SevenS1ns is going to be going through the front part of Escape here. So since there was no small key in those chests, that means that SevenS1ns is going to be able to go through Escape as normal without having to have any stops. which is good because he doesn't have the lift upgrade, so he wouldn't be able to get into the back half at all if the small key was there.
Did Chexhuman actually go to the right to East Death Mountain?
No.
No, he did, because he got his bottle and then he went right, so he should have his lamp. Didn't he? Pause, Chexhuman. But why wouldn't he have? Oh, because he doesn't have the hammer yet. That's why he didn't go to Hera.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Glad we cleared that up. All right, let's see what's going on in Escape. Anything of values down here? We know where we know where these players need to go, but there might be some other stuff that we're finding around here. You know, like a mirror would be convenient, or I don't know, another sword, anything.
Oh yeah, exciting here. Chexhuman's going to get Dark World access, so we're going to get some answers whether or not the ice rod's needed, because there's still one pendant that we have not found yet. Where do you want to see it at, Will?
What are we looking for?
I'm just trying to like get out predictions for where you'd like to see the pendant in Dark World.
Oh, the last Dark World pendant. Gosh. Well, now. with a pendant T-Rock, that'd be interesting because we know where both Fire Rod and Ice Rod are at this point. I don't know. Pendant Ice is always funny.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, I'm just picking all the brutal, the worst ones.
Well, I mean, how could you not? I mean, the seed is pretty front-loaded, and there's a lot of information that we got. So these important items that are out there in the world standing, just needing like one or two other things to activate them and have access to them. So yeah, I mean, wanting to have a trolley pendant and then having our racers kind of wonder, man, you know, do I need to go in there? Pendant dungeons are as important as crystal dungeons in V26, so.
All right, well, here's the interesting thing. With Chexhuman having his glove, Moon Pearl, and hammer, do you think he'll go straight into Village of Outcasts at this point?
Oh yeah, he's definitely cleaning up. I mean, he activated his flute, he's checking Sick Kid. There's no way that he's not heading up and going straight to Dark World. There's so much profit right now for him in Dark World.
Yeah, he also kind of got bailed out by only doing the second part of Escape, which had pretty much the only useful item in it.
Yeah, SevenS1ns getting both boomerangs here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to have a choice, you know, whether you want to go blue, whether you want to go red. I mean,
because you know, some people have favorite colors, and
strawberry, blue raspberry.
Some people like lag, some people don't. You know, it's good to have options.
Or save the animals.
You know, super salad, lag, no lag, blue red. Yeah, straight trip into Village of Outcasts. Let's see what our pendant Dark World as well as our double-chested fairies crystals are going to be when Chexhuman feels like it's necessary.
Oh, he's just excited to be in Dark World.
Oh, look at SevenS1ns making the Eastern Palace play. I mean, he doesn't really have any good choices at this point, so Hospital into Eastern is the best. There's more stuff you can do in there.
Oh yeah. Plus, you know, you have the bow, you have the the lamp, so it's some pretty good information right there.
Red Pendant Skull Woods, 5 is Turtle Rock, and 6 is Thieves Town. Nice.
Interesting. So
I love Crystal Thieves Town when you have the hammer. Ah, it's my favorite thing in the Dark World. Because I'm like, here's a save dungeon that I can always do and not feel bad about doing all of it.
Oh yeah. And they do have that sword too, so I mean, as long as they know either the pattern or if they handle themselves really well in the blind fight, they should have no problem.
Mm-hmm. Just think, when's the last time we've ever seen a go mode Thieves Town? Like, someone getting go mode before doing Thieves Town. It seems rare, because at least like the first 4 chests in Thieves Town just treat it like Dark World Overworld.
Yeah.
Same with the beginning of Skull Woods.
I think the only time that you could possibly see like a go mode Thieves Town is if you get your Darkhold access either at Aghanim, or if you decide to go into the Darkhold underneath Link's house before heading over here, and then just start routing overworld and just get lucky. That's the only way I can really see like a go mode Thieves Town. You want to check these chests. There's 4 items here. Alright, so SevenS1ns is going to find a Moon Pearl and a lift upgrade here if SevenS1ns decides to go all the way through this dungeon. The lift upgrade was on Armos, and Chexhuman so far getting through the first 2 chests, heading to the last 2 in the first area, and then we'll see what he gets. Another heart piece. Got a nice refill off that one too. So that's at least 2 confirmed items in the front.
SevenS1ns walking right by that Moon Pearl that's in the big chest. He'll be getting that real soon, and he'll be thinking, oh man, I really hope he doesn't like bail or mirror out or anything. Nah, he wouldn't. If maybe like he had Agate Tower accessible at this point and he just needed that Moon Pearl, then maybe you could possibly consider it. But nah, no one would do that. No one would be crazy enough to do that.
I think we're gonna see a full dungeon clear here from Seven. Chexhuman have a little bit of trouble over here in the Hellway. Alright, so let's see what he does.
And Moon Pearl. Nice. It's like he's going for it. Good. Good. I mean, like, what else would he do right now? He would check Aghanim Cave. He would check... I think he already checked Sick Kid.
Yeah, he's done all the overworld, I believe.
Yeah, there's just no other options. Like, this is the option, especially with it being Green Pendant.
Although I still don't think that we've seen Ice Rod cave check from either of our racers. So it's that, and then a fake flipper sequence break. So both of them have the money necessary to get to Zorda.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. If you have Darkhold access, would you still do the fake flipper sequence break? Because, you know, there's good sides and bad sides to sequence breaking in the game in general. Because, you know, sometimes you can get an item that leads you somewhere else, or sometimes you can, you know, skip Agate Tower, or, you know, do stuff out of order.
I think I wouldn't. Doing a lot of sequence breaking can kind of mess up, because it's easy to keep track of like 1 to 2 sequence breaks, but if you just start sequence breaking as much as possible, and you kind of forget what items you got where, finding that last item can kind of like be a little bit mind-boggling, because you have to like take so many variables into account. So it looks like Hammer was not really necessary for any item in this dungeon, but I mean, it's still nice. Still nice to have. So let's see what SevenS1ns does with his Darkhold access. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to Link's house? Because he has the flute already activated, and Chexhuman activated the flute only after he got Darkhold access. Looks like Chexhuman is aware.
Oh,
so
I'm liking this. SevenS1ns going for probably the Hype Cave check right off the bat.
Beautiful. Giving us some more information. This is what we want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it'd be boring if both players did the exact same thing in the exact same order the entire time, right? Right?
Oh
That's not
yeah,
exciting.
but it
All
would
right, guys,
only make.
can we get some hype for this hype cave real quick?
Let's build up that hype.
We need it. I mean, Mini Boulder Cave was Light World Hype Cave for the time being, so just give me one hype, just a single hype.
All right, so far swing and a miss. Miss. Miss.
Miss.
Miss.
Mirror!
Oh, hit! That's a hit!
That's a hit! You sunk my battleship. There you go. All right, mirror.
It is 4. It is a battleship. Why do I know that? Don't answer that. So.
That's beautiful. All right, well, Mir is nice because he'll be able to not only check some stuff on the way up to Village of Outcasts, but he'll be able to conveniently mirror, walk up, get in the Dark World. Now, imagine if on his way here, that mirror got him the Titan mitts. That would just crack this race right on open.
Oh, absolutely, but did you happen to see it was just one dig for the dig?
Just one dig?
Yeah, it's a do. Oh, over. Gotta go. It was just a
oh, it's done? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Hey, a green potion.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We're going to see a bit of a high five from our players right here. Wait.
Oh.
Just kidding.
You'll find them on missed connections on Craigslist.
So close. Just so close.
Just so close. Lonely wireframe boy seeks.
This Link sprite, it's categorized as a neon Link. Is that supposed to be like a neon, one of those neon signs you see on like the front of a billiard or like a pool house or like a bar or something, or like a 7-Eleven? Is that where we're?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So then, if it's red Link, that means that he is closed for business.
Yeah, maybe. Can we get one that's just like the
2 dig?
barbershop pole?
It was a 2 dig, but still, that digging game.
He dug a third time. So nah, that didn't feel right. I need one more.
Yeah. Sorry, that's like the fastest kind of a dig game that I've seen. I mean, we've seen like,
or it's 30 digs and you dig up a shovel.
I know, right?
All right, Stin's going for the Ice Rod Cave play.
No, this is weird. I mean, you have Dark World access. You have so many other things you can go to. And with the flute, I mean, he did mirror out, and then he could have gone to Thieves Refuge and kind of check some of that stuff out.
I don't hate it because, well, I might hate it. Because it's one of those things that as soon as you crack open the Dark World, then all of the Light World locations that you still had available kind of get put to the side. And if one of those ends up having a progressive item, you know, you're going to end up doing that much, much later. And then, you know, you'll eventually find it, be like, oh man, I could have like skipped all this Dark World stuff or done it more conveniently. But at the same time, if you're going to 100% the game, then you're more than likely not going to win.
So. I do like the way that you put that. You know, it is true. So often when you get Dark World access, Light World is just, you know, it's just forgotten until it's too late. You know, you're looking for that one item and go, what in the nut check? Light World, Ice Rod Cave. Please don't be there. Please don't be there. Please don't be there.
Please don't. Oh, Titan. It's yeah,
it's always one of those things. I'm out.
I mean, I had a race just like that where, yeah, I did everything I could in the Dark World, and then boom, Titan mitts and Ice Rod. I'm like, man, I think this was actually back in V18. So back when Ice Rod Cave was garbage, like, and it was known to be garbage. Everyone said it was garbage. Though we shouldn't be saying that because that's going to make it feel bad.
Yeah, poor Ice Rod Cave.
Poor Ice Rod Cave. Now, I want to point out Pod being bow locked is very interesting. That means that, well, that doesn't really tell us anything since bow was super early, but
I was wondering where you're going with that one.
Because of it also being locked, it does kind of give all the items in this dungeon a slightly bit more value. Anytime you add another required item to that list in order to get these items, you can it has more value. I think that's just generally how the logic works.
Well, then we shall see.
I'll be happily proven wrong, but we'll see.
I mean, we do need to see Chexhuman kind of like they're both of our racers have like the same kind of information and they're making similar choices. Although this is interesting, SevenS1ns heading into Skull Woods.
Pendant Skull Woods too.
Yeah, Pendant Skull Woods, but more importantly, SevenS1ns has the knowledge of the Fire Rod being on the Death Mountain Floating Island. So if you wanted to go all the way through, couldn't do it.
Yeah, but that would be a perfect situation for Titan Mitts to be in Skull Woods. And then you get the Titan Mitts and then go get the Fire Rod to get maybe like some other second item that's closed behind the Fire Rod section.
I don't mean to correct you, but how can they get the Fire Rod if Titan's Mitts are? Oh wait, no, never mind.
They're in the
sorry.
Mitts are in the first section.
I am bad.
Oh my god, Ninny's bad? No way. I thought I was the one who was bad.
Yo, I'm terrible.
No, that's Tear.
Oh, that. God, see that? There it is again.
See that joke? That joke that everyone says? There it is. I said it now.
I've got
my. Everybody gets one, and that's my one. I'm done. I'm out.
Oh. See,
Yeah,
now
so
I feel
far-
bad because I used my one so long ago.
Yeah, then you keep using it. No, I'm kidding. So far, nothing in Skull Woods, and also nothing in Pod. So who knows? Maybe both of these dungeons will just be meh. Meh.
I mean, it would be kind of nice to start seeing a trend where Skull Woods is being a little bit more meh, as opposed to like having that generalization that, hey, Skull Woods always has something in these seeds. So it might make some more interesting plays because, you know, every version seems to have like that one it factor to it, you know. For a while it was, yeah, Ice Rod is like gonna be in Turtle Rock like 80%.
Oh yeah, I remember
time.
that version. Or oh yeah, 2 swords are gonna be in G Tower.
Oh yeah, and then
those are the days. The amount of complaints. It was fun. But yeah, with Skull Woods, it's like Skull Woods never has anything important in it until the race where I decide not to do Skull Woods right away, and then get dunked on. Also, I'd like to point out that now, conveniently, with the mirror in hand, we could even possibly see a catfish in Dozora at some point.
That is possible.
It's way out of the way. We would need flippers probably to send our players there, or if we go like a, I don't know, Link's House, Dark World, Pyramid Catfish kind of routing. Hey, there's something good. It's not, great. No, half magic's pretty great.
Oh yeah, half magic is fantastic. They took quarter magic out though, as it was far too powerful.
You will see it in easy mode if you ever play Randomizer on easy mode from the site. But yeah, for this tournament, for normal mode, we will not be seeing that.
So yeah, let's think about what kind of Dark World locations they have access to. They can't do King's Tomb yet as they don't have the boots, but they have access to the graveyard. They also have, they haven't checked the pyramid yet. As you said before, Quakefish into like the Zora kind of a combo. We know Pod doesn't really give anything else as well as Skull Woods doesn't, so I mean we're kind of waiting for like a Titan's Mitt to show up here soon to give a little bit more access or some flippers. Maybe a book. Book could send them into Desert Palace, give them another item to look for. Hopefully not on top of that lamp. So we see Chexhuman heading through Pod. I missed the item count, so I have no idea whether Helmasaur actually has something.
Yeah, I also missed it as well.
Oh, a little bit of trouble in the little turtle room.
It's fine. Oh yeah, they're still on Fighter Sword. Ugh. That's that is rough. Maybe we will get two swords in G Tower again.
Don't hurt the turtles. Alright, Helmasaur. So, Fighter Sword Helmasaur. We're probably going to see the bow used here. Once we get the shell off. Because the Fighter Sword doesn't quite give the same kind of, like the identification whether or not you can hit Helmasaur with the hammer. Yeah, definite bow. I do the same thing. Oh, okay, so he did have an item, but it's just a piece of heart. And it looked like the final piece of heart that Chexhuman needed, unless he didn't take any damage during that fight. Alright, let's see where Chexhuman goes now. I'm thinking we're going to see a Hera play coming up here soon. Looking like it. But I doubt we're going to see a Spike Cave checked here. Not a lot of health and no safety items really to help you get through that. So this could be interesting. A late Spike Cave holding an item that they need.
Yeah, if only the red mail was considered a factor when it comes to spikes or hazards of such.
Oh yeah,
But
they always do a flat damage, unfortunately.
I'm not against it. You know, we gotta keep some form of standard.
We gotta be professional over here.
Yes. Yeah, Pod having what? Just half magic, that's it. Not really anything to get excited about, and I believe Thieves also didn't really have anything exciting as well, so at this point in the race, what are our options? We're looking for mitts. I think mitts are like the next thing that we really need in order to break this thing open, because that would get us the Fire Rod. That would get us into Desert Palace via Mire. That would also get us into the Mire area. That would get us into Ice Palace.
Yeah, mitts would be huge. Flippers would also be huge, too.
I guess Flippers could be somewhere that would send him to Waterfall Cave, so who knows? Maybe a sequence break at this point would play a big factor.
Yeah, we're about to see what SevenS1ns is about to do next. With this, he ties up the crystals, but Chexhuman is about to get one more of a lead on SevenS1ns here after the completion of Tower of Hera. Alright, we want to see something new. We want to see some new area, some territory that has not yet been traversed. Are you still keeping count at home about how many red rupees have been found? It's a fun little game to play. Found quite a lot in this seed. Speaking of, all right, we're seeing the flute here. Where are you going, SevenS1ns? Ah, he's going to Pod. So yeah, if you remember, Pod was bow locked, so we're gonna see a very long Pod excursion from SevenS1ns here. Alrighty. So Chexhuman opting to do the hammer strats. Only 3 hits with the hammer, as opposed to 5 hits with that fighter sword that he's got. Getting the business, though. Alright, 3rd hit not too hard.
Alright, so players are just kind of clearing crystals. SevenS1ns will pick up his half magic more than likely, but at this point, it's just grabbing crystals and nothing really else to progress us. So
Yeah.
where is it? Where is it? Is it Agonist Cave? Is it at Zora?
I'm thinking it's gotta be... I'm gonna bet Zora. I'm gonna bet that Zora has it. Has her progression. Because depending on what Chexhuman finds here at the Azrod Cave, we could see a sequence break and going straight up to the Waterfall Cave and then eventually Zora. So could this be like a vanilla flipper situation? That'd be interesting to see. Because let's see if it's possible. Yeah, they had a way to get the lamp and the bow really early, which would have led them to get the power glove, and that power glove would have led them up to Zora on a normal route without any kind of sequence breaking. So yeah, it's definitely possible.
Hopefully, maybe SevenS1ns after Pod will decide to go up and do catfish into Zora, which is what Chexhuman is looking like he's doing right now.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see that pyramid check and then exactly that. So that's not bad at all. This could be a really interesting gamble and a chance for Chexhuman to take the advantage. So far, the only thing that's really keeping Chexhuman in the lead is just that additional crystal, but SevenS1ns is not far behind. Again, just clearly only going by the crystals. It's still anybody's race depending on where the gambles lead up.
Gambles. What else are there? And also, you know, any one of these locations could lead to something completely different that we weren't expecting that would lead them somewhere completely different as well. Like imagine getting like boots or something, which would be nice.
Oh yeah. You got breadcrumbs, but you also get false breadcrumbs depending on where you get led to.
A false breadcrumb.
Oh yeah, we had that in a race not too long ago. Unfortunately, one of the racers skipped out on getting the mirror in a dungeon, and then found a couple other like fetch locations for those items, and kind of led them on a journey of misfortune.
Speaking of journey of misfortune, Chexhuman skipping the uncle, having skipped the uncle until 50 minutes in. Imagine if that had like something huge, like a big progressive item.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there. And he's had the lift upgrade.
Like Ether. That's, you know, what if? That's a pretty dangerous move to make, to save that for that late. And now he also lost his portal since he mirrored up on top, but it looks like he's going to go for the escape play and finally clear that up. Unfortunately, not going to be getting anything useful except for a red boomerang.
Oh yeah. That is definitely something to take into consideration. You know, when you get the mitts as early as Chexhuman did, deciding to go into Eastern Palace without the lamp, led him to go check the back end of Escape first. So yeah, it's kind of one of those situations where, you know, you start backtracking, thinking, all right, you know, I'm running out of locations. There's only a certain amount of places where this progressive item can be. So this is allowing them to basically level the playing field here. This is, I think, the last thing that SevenS1ns has done that Chexhuman hasn't. So yeah, they're about to be even here, folks.
See, that's why we never say that anyone's in the lead until someone's at Ganon while someone is not at Ganon, because every little extra thing that one player does, the other player might immediately go do that extra thing. So...
Are you thinking of like a situation where it's just like somebody's got 5 crystals, the other one's got 7 crystals, but in Ganon time you're like, I don't know if he's in the lead yet.
I am not ready to call it quite yet, guys. You never know. There could be a console malfunction or something, and then all of a sudden they're back at 5 crystals. You never. That's why you don't call a race until you see them up at that Triforce pedestal right to the last second. Don't even look at IRC. It's important. Doesn't matter.
Pretty interesting. SevenS1ns trying to hook that chest, but is on a completely different level as far as the map is concerned. So the hookshot just kind of like shoots right past it.
Also, something that our players should always consider when so many pendants are in the light world is this could be a pedestal seed. This could be a blind pole pedestal seed too.
What do you think we're at the pedestal? Let's see.
Of course, we're not there yet because we still need to get that fire rod, which is locked behind Titan Mitts. So we know that neither of those can be in the pedestal.
Yeah, and we know it can't be the book because you need the. Well, actually, yeah.
It could be the book if we find Titan Mitts because they might have access to Desert Palace without needing the book.
Wouldn't that be interesting? Having to go blind pull the pedestal for the book, and then that leads you to one of the tablets in order to get your final go mode item.
Yes.
Kind of wondering where Chexhuman's going.
He's going back to his portal.
Oh, yes, that's right. He left it all the way up here.
Which is a very interesting... I've never seen a player do this, so this is kind of entertaining. Because I wonder if he placed that there specifically. Because I feel like after seeing my portal go there, I've been like, I should probably move this to a more convenient location. But he was like, no, this is fine. We'll whatever. No big deal.
Oh yeah, his cafe is burning and it is totally fine for Chexhuman.
Totally fine. Yeah, at this point, what does SevenS1ns have to do after this? Catfish, Agana. I don't think SevenS1ns has gone. Did he go into Skull Woods yet, or was that just Chexhuman? Or no? I'm getting it all mixed up.
Seven went into Skull Woods. I don't think Chexhuman has.
Oh, okay.
And here we go.
Right.
Catfish check, Zora check coming up soon.
Catfish and Zora. Maybe we'll see flippers here. Oh my god, that rapid fire.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
What?
There it is!
Stop being a wizard.
It gets easier halfway into the race.
So wow, Catfish, or Quakefish given those flippers. So yeah, this room has nothing, but man,
well,
that's huge for Chexhuman.
Swamp Palace suddenly becomes an option.
Oh yeah, 6 items in Swamp Palace is looking mighty attractive right now.
Unless we find something here or something at Hobo. But I would just go straight to Swamp. But hey, Catfish having an item, that's kind of a rare sight to see. He's usually hot garbage.
Yeah. And this is good news for you if you're rooting for Seven. This is good news because he's already done all the escape part. So, and he's in this area. It's likely he's going to go check the pyramid and then head straight up to the Catfish. So, yeah, this is still going to be shaping up to be a close race. Although this could be interesting if SevenS1ns gets the flippers by going to Quakefish. And decides to mirror and flute and not go to check Zora. Because I mean, like you gotta like kind of theorize, you know, a long lull in items, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's the flippers. Go to Swamp Palace. Would you?
I'm sure he would check Zora still. I mean, I feel like they would check all these. I'm curious what Chexhuman is. Oh, okay, that was a mistake. I was like, what's he doing? Also, if you're just gonna go do Hobo, just save and quit, go to Link's house, and just drop in the water by the bridge. That would have been a lot quicker than walking all the way back through Zora. But yeah, Lake Hylia Island. Also, oh, never mind. Never mind. It was nothing. But yeah, I believe with the mirror in hand, you want these kind of routing options. Like, wait, I can check Catfish, and then I can go right in and check Zora. It's perfect. So even if he gets the flippers from me, he's like, oh, that's even more perfect, because now I can check like 4 items instead of just 1.
Yeah, but we've seen players do crazy gambles, just get like a wild hair and just be like, you know what, I'm doing this, and this is going to be interesting, and just kind of like catch us completely off guard.
Well, we saw nothing from the hobo, so flippers, yeah, pretty much go to swamp. It's like nothing else you can do. That would be worth it. And I don't know, Titan Mitts in swamp just feels like a good common occurrence.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like right now. Either that, or it's just going to give us another item that allows us to progress further, you know. Boots and or book could be something. If we find Kana Samaria, that's going to be some good information. Not really going to lead us anywhere, but I think it's got to be yeah. You know, it has to be the Titans bit, really. There's nothing.
It's got to be constantly haunting you to see that, to know that the fire rod is up there, and you're like, I want it. I can't get it, but I want it. Give me it, please.
Mine.
All right, so guys, where do you think the next progressive item is going to be in Swamp Palace? Is it going to be on Argus? Is it going to be left side? Will we see a left side skip? Or how do you think these players are going to route this? And what are we gonna find? I feel like it's got to be Titan Mitts at this point.
I feel like Chexhuman is kind of like gonna go mode it in a way.
Like go straight for the Argus play.
Yeah, go straight for the Argus fight. See if he finds the big key close to the chest, and then decides to go that route. Because that seems to be the most popular routing.
Well, other stuff that we could potentially maybe see in here would be like a book to get into desert.
Oh, absolutely, definitely a possibility. You know,
we could see
your boy.
Just sitting there.
I was just trying to think of like more affirmative things, like
thing.
affirmative Roger 10-4, and then just like yeah boy came in there.
You know, there's always room for you. Anyway, we could see a fetch quest item. I don't know. We could see a Master Sword in a book, and then all of a sudden, you know, we'll get that pedestal check maybe, or you know, Bombo's tablet, Ether tablet. We could see Cape or Kane O'Brien, which would open up Spike Cave. We've got options.
Looks like SevenS1ns making the same play, so yeah. Once
He's
again, for
a tiny bit behind, and that's the only thing. The only reason he's really behind at this point is just from the extra Skull Woods check.
Oh yeah. Although it's still a possibility, depending on where these items are, Chexhuman still could go to Skull Woods. Operating underneath that, you know, Skull Woods tends to have value most of the time.
Yeah, I have nothing against the Skull Woods check. I think it's a smart play if you're in the area.
Also, depending on if SevenS1ns decides to go left side. Oh, looks like...
Yeah, it looks like Chex is going to use that small key he got to kind of route the left side a little bit quicker than you normally do in NMG. Or vanilla, I guess would be a better way to put it. Yeah, I love this. Your sword in this situation is too short to hit the switch.
Oh yeah, the fighter sword.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of fighter sword Argus,
we'll
be seeing hammer strats. Yeah, but
unless there
that takes me to my second point. Hammer strats on Argus.
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of chests to check in this area, so there is the possibility of a sword being here in Swamp.
That's true. We could see that.
Which would be nice. I mean, Master Sword's still annoying, but not as bad. Alright, so... Now, this could be interesting. If SevenS1ns decides to go the faster route and go straight to Argus, and we find out on the left side here that it's like, you know, one of the dungeon items and like something useless and makes that gamble, that's a time save.
Yeah, we could even things up if any player decides, or if SevenS1ns decides to skip some chests. Personally, I wouldn't make that gamble at this point in the race, just because if you end up doing all the dungeon and find nothing, it's like, what do you do? Where do you go?
We're gonna have that knowledge here shortly.
Yeah, there's gotta be something in here. But left side looking like a bust. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but see, the bad news is that it's two items. It's not a dungeon item.
It's gonna be tempting regardless. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Bumper Cave.
We saw it checked. It was
Oh, we did? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was just an item, but I don't think we've seen Graveyard. That one is still a mystery. What a mystery this is.
Did whoever check it on their way into Skullwoods?
Yeah, there would be SevenS1ns checked it.
Gotcha. North of Graveyard, that's a pretty popular location for stuff.
Same thing with Agina's Cave.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, we've seen some pretty good items there. We've seen lift upgrades. We've seen mirrors.
It would be funny to see the Titan mitts in either of those two locations at this point. And even funnier at the fact that both players made the same mistake or choice of not checking those. But I feel like there's going to be some in here.
I mean, that would have been really cool because then that means that Titan's Mitt would have been found after you go up to Death Mountain and get your lamp and then head into Eastern. But that is not the case. Chexhuman finds the Titan's Mitt.
There they are. Well, that just opened up literally everything, pretty much. I would assume, personally, if it was me, I would probably do the Meyer check first.
Oh yeah, that's all new information. I mean, you do want to get that fire rod, but actually, I don't know. It's tough. If you head up to Death Mountain, there's a higher concentration of chests there.
I guess since we know... Actually, yeah, you're right. I would go straight to Death Mountain, because I changed my mind. Because not only do you want to find out what you need for T-Rock, getting that fire rod would send you to Skull Woods as well, and I think there's still items in Skull Woods.
Yeah, and we...
But then, oh, man, then what do you do next? Do you go to Ice Palace first? Do you go to Mire? Do you go to Desert? Like, what? All of a sudden, all these dungeons that are all good choices open up, and now it's all about those 50-50s.
Well, so here's the cool thing, though. With the Titan's Mitts being here and Turtle Rock being one of the crystals 5 and 6, since we already know the location of the fire rod, using some negative thinking, or deductive thinking, I should say, not negative, the double chest of fairy is not going to have anything that would lead to Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
So no fetch quest items or Samaria itself, or boots that would lead to Samaria. So Samaria is out there. We just gotta find it.
Could be in the pedestal.
You just want another pedestal seed.
No, I don't. I'm just saying. Because fire rod from Death Mountain to go do Skull Woods to check the pedestal. And then Desert Palace is going to not be boot locked, and suddenly Desert Palace is available as well.
So where are you thinking our next sword upgrade is?
This is what our next upgrade is going to be. I am hoping for a sword. Yeah, this is the part of the race where it gets a little bit scary, as a player, if I was in this situation, because there are so many options. There are going to be the right options and the wrong options. And you just got to hope that you got lucky enough to pick the right option.
So a little bit of John Wayne there for a second. Yeah, just got to hope that they're going to find something, Pilgrim.
Well, I kind of left out the Pilgrim part, but yeah, we can go with that. I am an actor, so it's in my blood. And coffee.
So would that mean that your best role is to play a barista on TV?
Yes. I've never done that. I haven't done that yet. I'll work on that. I'll call up my agent. Hey, I want more coffee-related jobs, please.
Specifically,
otherwise you're fired. So I take it. I think the dungeon map is going to end up being, or something's going to be in the big chest, guys. I don't think Chexhuman went back and checked it. So, yep. Okay.
Yeah, that would be why he didn't check it.
He gambled on Argus having the last item. So, and I think that's a good gamble because without the boots, you kind of got to walk all the way around. Otherwise, you're going to get sent backwards by the glitch staircase that SevenS1ns just walked past. So.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it still does that. I originally thought it was only just because you're going through it with the boots, but I just think that in general that staircase is just kind of bugged. All right, so we're seeing the Super Bunny Cave, and we're going to see Hookshot Cave coming up shortly. So there's got to be a sword upgrade coming here soon.
If there isn't, I'm gonna laugh.
Getting all the way to Ganon's tower with still fighter sword in hand.
We got double reds. My favorite. Oh, I like this. Wow, I didn't realize that. That kind of works. You just gotta time it well. A double spin.
It definitely saves a little bit of time between like the menuing, but
that's if you don't mess it up.
SevenS1ns here teaching us new tech. Alright, Hookshot Cave, what you got? What you got?
Silvers! That's nice. Who needs sword when you have a silvers? I'd be feeling very comfortable about going to Mire now. And taking on Vitreous.
Oh yeah. you don't want to go to Mire with the fire sword.
No. No, you do not. At least not without at least like 40 bombs.
Oh, I know, right? What was it, Parisian player in the last tournament? Bombed the heck out of Vitreous.
Oh man, it was so good. Yeah, let's talk about Hookshot Cave. Had a single arrow, an arrow capacity upgrade, and the silver arrows.
And then another arrow capacity upgrade, I believe. I think wasn't that just like a whole bunch of arrows in that cave?
Imagine if the bow was in there too, instead.
That would be really weird. Here's the bow. Right. Here's an arrow upgrade. Here's some silvers. Go kill some stuff.
And we got Quake for the T-Rock medallion. So we'll be looking for another medallion shortly. And who knows, we might need a third medallion. Pilgrim.
Thank you for doing that. I don't know what it is that like I think it's just since like the release of Cuphead that like oh there's Ether, so we have a way into Mire, but like yeah, the release of Cuphead just like starting making it feel like talking like in a speakeasy. You know what I mean? Y'all see what I mean? See saying?
Yes, I like that. Oh wow, double heart containers. All right, so Chex has the silvers. SevenS1ns going for Mire first, as opposed to going up to Death Mountain. Honestly, I think it's a good 50-50 because Mire is a quicker check than Death Mountain. Of course, he's going to be missing out on his silvers for the time being, but we'll see what he does next. I want to see a Desert Palace play.
Now, what would you do here? Would you check the checkerboard cave and jump down and do a Guinness cave and then flute to get right back up here? Or would you just go straight into desert?
I would do check desert. Then I could go. Oh wow!
Sword upgrade.
I'm assuming these players. Did they ever check that in the past?
They did not. Chexhuman didn't check it, and he's about to now. He's gonna be excited.
That's awesome. Well, we got our sword upgrade. Personally, I would check desert. And then if that's a bust, then I'll just go back into my portal and then do checkerboard cave into Agony Cave.
Yeah, a little bit of indecision here from SevenS1ns.
Oh, I feel that. That's anytime you have to. You're like, I have a pendant dungeon here that I could check. Do I really want to do it? Let's see if it's boots locked. It is not.
Ooh.
Now here's the real question. pedestal's looking pretty spicy right now, don't you think?
You bring up a good point here, kid. Sorry, I can't stop myself.
Guys, go play Cuphead. It's a great game.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag should be sponsored.
Hashtag would love to be sponsored. Send us merchandise. MD
Yo,
Studios.
when's that speed gaming? When's speed gaming gonna pick up esports and become like an esports team? That's what I want to see. Sponsored by Speed Gaming. Oh baby.
I think the uniform would just be too tight because it needs to be aerodynamic for speed.
Speed. All right. Well, we have
sync. We have sync.
We had sync.
That would have been so nice if they just would have like stayed on the same pathing. Oh, there. A little bit.
Couple frames. Picking up pots. Up. Skipping pots. Oh, that's another one. But hey, that's a spike cave right there if I ever seen one.
This is spicy right here.
So another player going for the death mountain play.
So Chexhuman dips out.
Skipping
both
Agatha
items,
again.
Yeah, both items found. So Chexhuman not wanting to take that pendant gamble. Don't blame him.
I don't either.
But we're likely to see SevenS1ns here go to Agina. Yes.
Yes.
yeah. Sorry,
And
did I
then,
just slip out?
A little bit, yeah, it's fine. We'll let it slide. Well, I will. I don't know if chat will. But hey, here's what I like. I like checking the. Now that you have the fire rod, you got to check some of those fire rod block locations. So, Pendant Skull Woods, knocking that out before, maybe going to Ice Palace next. But if I recall correctly, I don't think we actually saw any items in the beginning of Skull Woods. I remember seeing both dungeon items and a big key because he just picked it up, and I just remembered. But yeah, we could see something on Mothula.
Yeah.
Oh, best case scenario, book on Mothula. Immediately go check pedestal.
Yeah, because then Chexhuman's nowhere near any of the other tablets.
SevenS1ns will be doing all of his Death Mountain shenanigans, and maybe with that Cane of Burna in hand, he might drop into Spike Cave as well after finishing all of this stuff. Which, that could pay off for him.
Let's see him set up this bomb jump. Oh. Now see, that's something that does help a little bit. Being able to see your full shadow, it lets you know exactly where you are for this bomb jump. So like that's something that the invisible sprite and this neon sprite has as an advantage, because you don't get to see that back part of your shadow. So this is interesting. So Chexhuman is going to give us a new kind of check here. Mothula and one chest. SevenS1ns is going to get himself some silvers and the fire rod. So let's see where SevenS1ns decides to go after this one. I think probably the only real play has to be yeah, it's got to be to go back into Skull Woods, right? Unless Seven decides to go to Ice Palace. I think that's it. Yeah, of course, outside of Spike Cave, but yeah, I mean, I'd go to Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace is not
and get
bad.
that pistol.
I mean, you got a green potion and half magic and a fire rod, so you could, if you're worried about fighting Cold Stare, just wail on him with the fire rod.
Oh yeah.
You don't even need business. You just need a sword to knock him in the corner. That's it. With a spin. That's about all you need to worry about.
Alright, see what this chest has. Small key, alright.
So there was one item in the first half then. I must have missed it.
Alright, so an item on Mothula could be a huge lead for Chexhuman. Because looking at all the items that you needed to get in order to obtain this fire rod. Beautiful. Go to that spike cave. Give us that info.
Having a little bit of trouble with Hookshot Cave. A rare sight to see, but still fun to see. Grab a fairy.
He's trying.
Ah. Alright, let's see this Mothula fight. Should be hard with Fire Rod and Red Mail.
And half magic.
And half magic. But if he's gonna stick in the corner the whole time.
I know, that's so mean.
It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. This fight is so broken. It is so undoubtedly broken. But that's why we like it, right?
Isn't it that Dark Souls mentality? Anything that's a flaw only makes it harder. It's just part of the difficulty.
Yeah. But then at the same time, you could use those to kind of cheat the system as well.
So we saw Powder.
Powder.
Yeah, Powder coming out of the spike cave.
Ah, sorry.
And Skullwoods is a bust.
I'm surprised to not see an immediate, you know, I mean, Ice Palace is a good play, but at the same time, getting that powder, I'd be inclined to go do Dwarves, check Bat Cave, do Peg Cave, Purple Chest as an option. But at the same time, if you can do a Crystal Dungeon, go do it. Unless you're like one item away. Because if you're one item away, you could find it in the overworld and then go mode these dungeons, but... Chex, are you really going for this play?
It looks like he is.
That is a crazy gamble. Are we also going to get a bird flip? Bird toss?
Are you flipping the bird to chat again?
You know, sometimes it's necessary. Nah, chat's being good today.
I do appreciate the callback to our first commentation with that, the bird flip, bird toss, bird something.
I'm glad it made it into the clip show. It was funny. A little too much Willard in the clip show, in my honest opinion, but you know,
well, you're a pretty funny guy. It certainly made me try harder this time. I mean, did you see me on the DT's first race with the Hindenburg joke? I'm really buzzing out the classics.
Whoa, man. We got John Wayne this turn? Oh, man.
Look out, fellas. There's a new sheriff in town.
Jeez.
All right, so yeah, here's some really good gambles. Both of these are crystal dungeons. Only one of them can be completed right now, though.
I don't hate the gamble on Meyer, to be honest, because...
Oh, me neither.
It's available. You can do everything except beat it. It's a quick check, in my opinion, based on just... I mean, other than, like, check if, like, the big key ends up being in its vanilla location. Oh, there's Quake!
Ooh.
Oh, which is good, because we need that for T-Rock. It's not going to benefit him yet.
Yeah, but only 2 items here in Meyer, though.
That's a good find. That's one more item that we don't have to, worry about. So...
You know what's weird? I've seen Meyer been paying out a lot more recently than Skullwoods has.
Mm-hmm. Is Meyer the new Skullwoods?
Hmm.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I don't hate this play, but there are definitely, in my opinion, better plays to be making right now. But who knows?
Yeah, we still got it defined. So there's another item for 7. I don't think. I think that's the second item for ice that we found.
First chest was a dungeon map, I think.
Okay, so then that's that'd be the first one. So 2 more items still here.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Who's gonna find what they need first? Chexhuman does have the Quake, and if you look at the tracker, Quake is for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so at this point, we just need to find Kane, and Kane will be... I think Kane will be go mode.
Yeah, if Seven finds Kane here, he's going to go to Meyer, and that's going to lead him to Quake.
God, could you imagine both Kane
Ooh.
and Quake being in the same dungeon? And if they were both in Mire?
And Vanilla at that?
Vanilla Kane? Oh my gosh. That'd be incredible.
All right, 7 cents coming up on this chest. All right, that's the second item. My heart's a racing. Is your heart still racing?
I'm getting pretty excited here. So what, for 7 sins, all we have left is a big key or a big chest check, or has he? No, he hasn't done the right side yet at all. So there's still a lot of chests left to check in here.
Yeah, he's got this one, and then Cold Stare, and then the big key chest.
Big chest, the big chest key,
The big chest key.
the big Chexhuman key.
I see what you did there.
It wasn't very good, but I did it.
You did a thing.
Oh no!
There's the last item.
Is that the last item?
Yeah, he got a heart. He got
Arrows
10
and a red
10
ruby,
arrows.
so he needs to turn around.
I'm not sure he was counting.
Oh man, you gotta count. Always gotta count your items. Oh man,
Shovel!
the shovel!
Oh man.
The flute scoop in the present.
Okay, so
is
shovel could lead to it. Powder and the dwarven blacksmiths could lead to it as well, and purple chest. I think that's what it's coming down to, fellas.
We've got options. Oh, that's a very unfortunate. What are the odds that you would mirror bog right there? Yeah, an hour and 21 minutes in, and you're just now checking Agana's cave is kind of a scary thought. But thankfully, he's not going to find anything.
Do you
Did
think that
7sins
it's going to be at?
Did 7sins not do the bomb jump?
Oh,
If that's the case, then that makes sense. Oh, I guess he would have been... No. Oh, I got it. He went up, got the key, and then... Oh, yeah, because he was kind of locked in there.
yeah, because he had to go around. He did do
Okay.
the bomb jump though. All right, there's the half magic or the magic
me though.
All right, where is Chexhuman going? Looking like
Gonna go dig up that shovel spot.
absolutely. What do we got? What do we got?
What's it gonna be?
Heart
A heart
piece.
piece. Woof.
All right, 7sins. Where are you going now?
Every item they check that's not the cane leads me closer and closer to pedestal C.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Pretty much.
Oh man, 7sins, is he making the Mire gamble?
Yeah, looks like it. Now, it's unfortunate because of how the seed plays out with the fact that they don't have a book. So a pedestal check is just not an option. But at this point, what other... They have North of Graveyard, they still have the dwarves, the
Well, this is
blacksmiths, Peg Cave, Bat Cave.
Yeah, this is really good. Chexhuman is going into ice, making that gamble.
it's
Gonna
gonna
pick
even
up
out.
another. Yeah, gonna pick up another crystal, but I don't know. I kind of gotta look to 7sins here. Getting that crystal all the way, yeah. Is gonna do a full clear of Mire. Going to realize, okay, I don't have Samaria, and you're like, okay, well then I'm just exiting out here and then going to gonna go on an adventure. Now, I kind of want to see Dark World first, and then leading to using the shovel. Because in that way, for us as commentators, we'd finally get a little bit more information on something that we've been kind of wondering about. But also, just because that is a little bit more efficient as far as just item checking in general. There is a nice quack medallion for 7.
Well, honestly, Cane of Samaria is probably one of my favorite go mode items. just because it entirely rules out T-Rock as a place to have to go check for obvious reasons.
Ooh, I like the way that he's routing through. So, opting to hit the crystal switch and go through this way. The big key was in its vanilla location, so he has to go through that way normally. But we might see him route all the way around. Nope. Okay, I thought for a second he might route all the way around and check the chest underneath the spiky room.
Yeah, I guess at this point we don't really have anything to do while we wait for these players to finish their dungeons or get stuck in their dungeons. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man.
How you been? You been watching a lot of the races, or?
Oh yeah, been hanging out, lurking.
Yeah. Both these tournaments have been really fun, both this and the secondary.
I've enjoyed a lot of the new commentators that we've had coming in here from, you know, the people that have like tried out in like the secondary tournament and have been going through there, as well as just, you know, making new friends.
Aw.
I also got to give big shout outs to the trackers as well. We actually didn't have that last tournament, and we had to do double duty. We had to commentate and also track.
Yeah, I remember that. Which, it's not too bad for the most part, but it's nice being able to just 100% focus on commentary without
But
getting
more
distracted.
importantly, with all these like double races coming up, how will we be able to do it accurately?
Right? Can't imagine.
Yeah, so big shout outs to our trackers, and specifically our tracker for us today is Jigheart.
Yeah. Shout outs
thank you,
to trackers. Pretty much shout outs to anyone who's been helping out with the tournament, whether you're a commentator, tracker, restreamer, Feasel, admins, all the good stuff.
Oh yeah, you know.
I feel like this has been a vast upgrade from last tournament in just how smoothly everything's been going.
Oh yeah, I mean the first tournament was new, it was fresh, it was, you know, it was in its infancy, and now we're at its second race, and we're like toddlers. We're a little bit easier to control, but you know, we're still a force of nature. All right, where's SevenS1ns going?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because he didn't do the Mocula play yet, so he's gonna go dig up his thing.
Okay, so do you think he's gonna dig and then 10 arrows? Gold Knights.
Gold Knights. Well, bronze. Bronze-ish?
Tarnished Knight?
What's he looking for?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to dodge the guy. He's just trying to hide from the knight.
I think he's thinking.
What's he thinking, Willard?
Well, here's the thing. What you could do is go. I would go north of Graveyard and then into Skull Woods, if those are my only options I had left. Because north of Graveyard's a quick check, and then it's like, okay, I'll go find Mothula, I guess. But yeah, after that, like all that's left is.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
What is this?
A Dwarven Blacksmith, Peg Cave, Purple Chest kind of a play?
Oh, mama. It could be. Unless he goes up, and then it's a Skull Woods play. Don't go up. He's going up. Go down. Okay. Well, I was going to say, SevenS1ns could have taken the lead. But now our racers are going to be even more tied up. Except SevenS1ns did kind of spin around in circles and kill a little bit of time, so... This will give Chexhuman a little bit of a lead now, assuming he makes the right choice. But yeah, that's this is coming down to like the last item possible for both these players, and this is the second time it's happened now. First time was with the flippers, kind of locking everything.
The only thing I can really think of that would be just unfortunate for Chexhuman is if you needed to use the powder for anything. Because Chexhuman doesn't have the mushroom, so can't even try to do the fake powder kind of a situation.
Well, he doesn't even have the cane to do the fake powder thing.
Oh, that's right. You need the cane too.
So he still needs a spike cave check if that ends up holding something important.
Ooh, this is scary for Chexhuman.
Yeah, he's got to be careful.
There we go.
Wow, that's nice. The double! Man, SevenS1ns has a lot of keys.
Yeah, for this dungeon, that is a lot.
I mean, he's about to use 2, but... So it's going to balance out.
Alright, so where's Chexhuman going?
What's his next play? Honestly, I like dwarves. It's got to be dwarves.
Maybe it's slipping their minds.
Heck, even just like Peg Cave is a good one. What's he doing down here? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, you got me on this one.
I don't think this is faster.
I have no idea where he's going.
Maybe he flew to the wrong place. He was like, whatever, we'll just go with this.
Yeah, we'll deal with it. Well, it looks like so far SevenS1ns is having a much easier Mothula fight. With the Master Sword in hand, can actually slash the boss.
I thought Chexhuman had the Master Sword.
No, Chexhuman... Wait, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did Skull Woods before going to Ice Palace. Oh, I guess Chexhuman didn't have the mirror the first time he was down here?
Yeah, that's right.
Because he started at Village Outcast and went to Hype Cave. That makes sense.
Alright, where are you going, Seven?
At this point, you gotta be thinking, man.
I mean, we've asked this question like 6 times, and they all keep running around. I feel like they know. They know they're torturing us. This is specifically at us.
It's a brutal scene. When, oh man,
this actually might be a sync up here.
Sync up.
Okay, they both remember now, but it's like their last check right now.
So yeah, our players, Chexhuman is going to be just a few seconds ahead of SevenS1ns at this point. Now, if Batcave ends up being a major factor, that's going to be bad for Chex.
That'll be huge. If Samario's on Bat,
we'll see.
Because I don't think that Chexhuman wants to make that play to go all the way up to Death Mountain just to get one item checked and then have to come all the way back here. Alright, shield there. Decides to go for it. Ooh, SevenS1ns. Oh, I was about to say, is SevenS1ns going to do that before checking the pegs? That would be really unique. I don't think I've seen somebody do that before. It's always pegs first.
I mean, unless you're going to take the purple chest, but it wouldn't make sense because you could fly the purple chest. The only time I feel like you would do Peg Cave second is if you were going to walk the purple chest all the way down through.
Bomb upgrade.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm getting so nervous because
it's either Peg Cave or purple chest now.
Or pedestal. They'd have to go in the desert and blind pull it. I'm getting nervous because we just keep seeing these item locations just one bust after another. Oh, here goes Seven.
Oh, but look at Chex. He's gonna go check that north of the graveyard and then flute his purple chest. Good play. I like it.
It's going on an adventure with the lunchbox.
Is it gonna be Batcave? It's
a heart piece.
A piece of heart. Wow. All right.
I got far away from the microphone because just he's building up the suspense, and I just want to be like, oh, just
Jesus.
Just
all right.
Keep the microphone and blow everybody out, their ears out.
We have 2 spots left: north of graveyard and purple chest. If it ends up being north of graveyard, that's going to be unfortunate for SevenS1ns, assuming he's going to fly the purple chest over. It depends. It depends on what he does. Depends on a lot of things. But that pedestal is looking mighty spicy, guys.
It looks like Seven's gonna opt to go straight flute.
What's it gonna be? It's there.
Thank you so much for that, Phantom Ryu.
We miss you. By the way,
you know he's been sitting here waiting for like at least an hour, waiting to say that. The man, like if we're on pins and needles waiting for Samara to show up. All right, where's Seven going now?
where? Oh no, he's going for pedestal at this point.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's pretty much a Ripperino right there, if I've ever seen one. I don't blame him though, but wow, North of Graveyard having it.
Yeah, that was a long trek with that, and he still decided to take the wait, no, he didn't. SevenS1ns took the chest there. Did Chexhuman leave the chest behind?
Probably.
He's just like, adios, don't need you anymore.
See ya. I'm in go mode. Later.
What if that was a sword upgrade? I know it wasn't, but you know, what if like Chexhuman's like, what if that was a sword upgrade?
Not worth it. Master Sword Silvers is easy. No, it's not, but... I mean, yes, this is going to put SevenS1ns behind, but it's not going to put him that far behind. He's going to be a whole dungeon behind it with getting pedestal and whatnot. But hey, we'll get to see what's on the pedestal, right, guys? That's exciting. Gosh, I was so convinced that it was going to be there, but it's just like... You know, at the beginning of the game when you're like, should I do Agate Tower or not? I could easily find one more item that would make Agate Tower completely irrelevant.
You know, this is just so, like, version 26 to be like this. Like, when you want it somewhere, and it's just like, no, I ain't giving it to you.
Nuh-uh. Well, also because North of Graveyard is just, it's on the similar vein as, like, Ice Rock Cave or Agnes Cave. It's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere because you didn't have flippers to route North of Graveyard to Catfish. So unless the players would have, it might have been smart to go check North of Graveyard, then do Lumberjack, and then check Skullwoods for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, a real unfortunate situation could come up where the Ganon key requires boots, and it's boots are somewhere.
That's true.
At this point, like, boots
still not be over.
Yeah, boots could be on pedestal.
Oh, please. Don't do this. Don't mess with me like that. You know it's not gonna.
I don't know. It's about to be a blind pool, so
well,
I mean, we've seen a lot of red rupees, so pocket chains might be out of the question.
Imagine this. Imagine it's a sword upgrade, and Chexhuman ends up doing Master Sword Silvers. Like, that could be a small time difference. I don't know why he's slashing sword. Just grab it! You don't have time for this! No, I understand your frustration. Don't be a book.
Oh, that is so harsh to see.
Wow. It's not even anything good. The seed is mean.
Well, Willard, bombs on a pedestal brings an explosive close to that quest. I'll be leaving. Thank you very much.
Well, guys, that's been Ninny's for commentary. He is now banned from the rest of commentary for the rest of the tournament.
That joke bombed.
Got him! Oh, wait, that's also bad. Dang it! You guys know my feelings on puns.
Wait, if he makes a bad pun that you like, does that mean I get to come back?
I didn't like it.
It sounded like you liked it.
I liked what he said until I realized it was a pun, and then I disliked it.
So then you're taking back the got him? So I'm either banned and not burned, or...
No, you could be both banned and burned. Sorry. Well, you're already here. Might as well finish out the rest of this commentary before you leave.
Oh yeah, let's go
Alright.
down in the blaze of glory.
Yeah. Let's finish this off right. So, Chexhuman making his entrance into T-Rock while SevenS1ns picks up his Kano Samaria, which is literally the last location to check for him, and that is the worst feeling in the world. You know you're behind at this point.
Oh yeah, one whole dungeon behind. It could still come down to a left side, right side gamble, execution on Ganon. There's still a couple of things in play here that can put Chexhuman behind, so it's really his race right now to loot.
I guess one of the unfortunate things is, despite ending up checking like 100% of everything you can before you find that next progression item, not finding like another sword. Though,
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, for the longest time, our players were with fighter swords, so that master sword was a nice item to pick up.
So thinking that there might be a sword upgrade somewhere here in Turtle Rock or G Tower. I think the only overworld location I can think of that was not checked were the Bonk Rocks, the King's Tomb because they have no boots, and yeah, I think that is any of the fetch quests. So like, well, no, we got shovel and powder, so just mushroom really.
Yeah, and the tablets.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the book yet. This is a strange seed.
It is very interesting.
Yeah, it was very front loaded, but of course, you know,
And then
version 26.
It became very. We hit some roadblocks along the way. But yeah, now at this point, it's all just at the mercy of that big key location in these dungeons, and then execution. So let's see who's got the better execution in this scenario. Now, I personally have not seen SevenS1ns race that much, so I don't know that much about him. But I do know a fair bit about Chexhuman, and he can keep up. He's pretty good. I think
Yeah,
we just did a swordless race earlier this week. So,
Oh, nice. I do
he's
like the
highly-
swordless mode.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But I do know a little bit about SevenS1ns. SevenS1ns is a NMG runner.
Oh, is he? Okay, well, I stand corrected.
He hasn't done it in a while though, but he has done NMG in the past.
Got it. And we saw from the Change Hop room the Tempered Sword. So, yeah, we're out now. Now we're especially in go mode because Tempered Sword Silvers is basically free, pretty much at this point.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Looking at the arrow counts though, SevenS1ns here has, my gosh, enough arrows to take down Vitreous at least 3 times.
Oh, and we see the Neon Super Bunny from Chexhuman for a spell. I like that. That one's good. Ooh, what's he looking for? Why did he grab that? If he has the big key already. That might have just been an error at this point.
I think you got the big key in the roller room on the left chest.
Yeah. Well, now that means he'll have to do Laser Bridge unless he gets lucky in the next 2 chests having a small key.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go for the big chest. Because there's nothing worse than having to backtrack through this entire dungeon again. And especially with the knowledge of his opponent right on his heels.
Okay, I guess
in this dungeon about 3 minutes behind.
I guess I could see the desire to find the boots in case that one item location in G Tower is what holds the big key.
Oh, and there is not a small key there.
Yeah, so that will be a Laser Bridge, which is not going to be bad with Kane O'Brien.
All eyes on Chexhuman here. Alright, gets that key.
Taking a few extra hits.
Now this is a little bit scary. Chexhuman could run into a situation where a death of Trinex would be all that SevenS1ns needs to get through here.
Yeah, we don't have any... We have potions. That's about it. We don't have any fairies or anything like that. There was a fairy in a bottle, but that was in the library, and without the boots, obviously we can't get that.
And kind of looking at the bug net might be in G Tower, which is pretty mean. SevenS1ns has the advantage of having the powder. Ooh.
Careful.
Yeah, Chexhuman really putting us on pins and needles here.
See, I like using... if I don't have the boots, I'll use the... I'll fire a single bow shot.
Yeah, single bow shot, hook shot also works as well. Oh, looks like he's not checking the rest of those chests, just gets the key and is like, you know what, Gomo, let's go for it.
Oh my gosh, imagine it being boots required and boots were on, like, the laser bridge or something. We like to think of all of the worst scenarios.
We're so evil.
It's nothing against the players, but it's fun to think about all the very different outcomes that could potentially happen, because legitimately everything is possible.
Now, have you ever had a race where you commentate and you're just like, oh man, wouldn't it be great if, and like you kind of like touch your fingertips together, it's like, yes, excellent, and then you do a race and then you're like, oh, this is karma.
Yeah, and then you get no, it happens. It definitely happens.
Scary setup here. Trinex is down. So Chexhuman is on the way to get in his tower. I mean, everybody knows this game. Get your guesses in chat. Left side, right side, specific number. There are 22 chests here. So get your votes in. Let's see where this big key is.
I want to see... Obviously, I don't want to see Torch, because that would just be mean. Because, you know, I still have my next tournament race, so I need some good karma on my side, so I don't go 0-2, etc., etc. So I want to see it in the tile room. Which is...
You're saying... Wait, hold on. No.
Which is bad. Yeah, no, that's fine. Tile room is, like, the next worst thing.
Need to stop you for a second there.
Now hold on one second.
Yeah.
I just want to say.
Can somebody put a quote or get a clip of I don't want any bad karma because I don't want to get a 2-0, but I kind of want the big key to be in the tile room.
Actually, at the same time, boots in G Tower is definitely good. A good possibility. It's very likely, depending on where that big key is.
No,
hey, look, there's that big key.
It's not one of those situations.
Wow. Well, at this point, it's really hard to say that it's a close race. I guess I could call the race now, officially. Unofficially. Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm not there yet.
But yeah, that's a pretty fast G Tower.
I mean, all it takes is... we'll just hold up. But I want to think, how close do you think it's going to be? Assuming the players continue at their same pace right now. How far behind is SevenS1ns?
About 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Which, if a fall on Ganon or a death on Ganon is pretty much all SevenS1ns needs, but with Tempered and Half Magic and Silvers, yeah, it would be really unfortunate for Chexhuman to take a loss there.
Yeah. Did you hear that? That sword was going like super fast. That sounded weird.
So you're trying to do the hover maneuver with the sword?
He was mashing like crazy.
Chexhuman.
Sticking
Ooh,
out
nice
with the
double
silver
kill.
arrows. Yeah, that's good.
Decent gauntlet coming up here. This room's mean.
Yeah.
You don't want to slash the skeletons up, because they jump so far. You always want to kind of slash them down or to the right. Well, right and left is not too bad, but you definitely don't want to.
You don't want them to get away from you.
Ooh, a lot of damage here from the BMOs. Chexhuman is recklessly running through this seed at the end of it.
I believe he's got a blue potion on him.
He did buy one.
I think he picked one up, yeah. And without powder, though, he's not going to be able to get any extra hearts along the way, but who knows, he might check a chest that will hold a full heart refill if it's like a heart piece or something, so we'll see. Let's see if he gets this.
Sank Heart and G Tower? That could be.
I think, did we already see Sank? I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Having a little bit of trouble with the land mola.
Yeah,
But-
3 cycle, not too bad.
Yeah.
Just has to take that hit.
4 hearts, though. 5 hearts, though.
Yeah, the catty corner skull pots there have respectively at the lower right the magic refill and a heart up in the top left.
Oh man,
Yeah.
doing the gauntlet without boots is so frustrating.
Oh yeah, especially like these lower sections with like the little guards with like the tridents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so mean. Oh no!
Oh man, that's even worse because you take a damage as you're falling too.
Yeah, that's the 1.0 for you. You get so many good things like spin speeds and item dashing, but you still can get grabbed by wall masters and picked off while you're falling.
Well, at this rate, it looks like we'll still be seeing at least a sub 2, despite almost it being a pedestal dungeon or pedestal required seed.
There it is.
There it is!
Full
Wow, called it. Well, this is looking very good for Chexhuman at this point. SevenS1ns going for an interesting play. What is he hoping to find?
Really wondering.
I mean, even if he found the boots now or something, that,
Oh, he went for a second key. I don't know why he went for a second key.
does he not know about? No, he should know if he's an MG runner.
Yeah, he should know.
The mini Helmasaur has a small key.
I guess we'll have to find out when we ask him.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Not that it really matters at this point, but
I mean, it could. Ooh, validation map. It's a primo burrito.
alright, let's see this Agatu fight. Now that is a fight that I personally need to practice like every day before every race. It's hard to practice though because it's RNG based, so let's see how many cycles it's gonna take. Can I get a double triple, please?
Looks like a double there.
That was a very nice double with this very strange angle too. A single,
Almost had that double right there. This should be an easy double.
unless it's blue ball. Nope. All right,
think that was a
2-1, 2-1.
single.
Was it a single?
It looked like he got hit. Nope. Yeah, it was a double. I thought he got hit too quickly in with the little power orbs that he throws.
2-1, 2-1. Respectable.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
The important thing is that he didn't miss any of them.
Mm-hmm. The important thing is you didn't get
Ganon
any
can-
blue balls.
Oh yeah, Aghanim 2 can be really, really mean with some of the patterns that he gives. SevenS1ns have some trouble. Ooh, nice long shot.
Beautiful. It's especially good with silver arrows just because of how slow they move. Of course, he would have had to have used 2 regular arrows to kill the red guy. Ooh, good start. for phase 1. I mean, still, I'm gonna have to do a 2-cycle, but
3 cycle, and now we're in phase 2. So 12 hits with a tempered sword. Oh, he's going in deep.
too deep. Nah.
Could be. If Ganon hits him with any hugs, it could have been too deep, but I mean right now, like Red Mail going ham on Ganon, that's not bad. And he's given him not a lot of warps so far. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Aw.
Just 2 more.
Yep, and he does have that blue potion.
Oh
Alright.
yes, I did find the silvers. It's a single. Oh, he was expecting to not get the torch glitch. Should get a double here.
There we
There
go.
it
and
is.
We have an
We'll
official.
wait until he walks through the door before we say anything.
That's
never
right.
know.
Yes. Yeah, we do need to say wait. It couldn't be over yet.
People could do dumb stuff, like walk off.
Okay, there we go. So we have
There
an
it is.
official SRL time of 1:56:09.
GG's. And he's probably gonna go shake it off a little bit, and then we'll make sure to get him in on commentary.
Oh yeah, I mean after this seed, you gotta feel like a little bit nervous, like you know, given how the last like couple items were spread out. Titansmith took a while to find. Flippers took a while to find. Access to getting the fire rod was later, and then of course Samaria. So they had a really tough match.
Yeah, it was not very
They made
fun.
their way through their tough seed.
I'm not sure why Seven decided to switch to the hammer there. That was not going to make that fight any easier. Also, because he got a poke on the first round, he is why we got the fast phase of Moldorn.
Not too sure. But yeah, so this was an 0-1 match. So that puts Chexhuman at 1-1. Really good to be at this early in the Swiss round. I mean, optimally you want to be 2-0, but SevenS1ns is going to be 0-2. But that doesn't mean he's out. 4 losses is the out. So, really putting the smackdown on that chest.
Really going at it.
Bombed it, quaked it. What else is he gonna do to it?
Really making us
more bombs.
sit here and wait and watch some more when we might have stuff to do. But no, it's fine. It's fine. Let it all out. Feel your pain. It wasn't his fault though. It wasn't his fault. Honestly, if there's anything, you should go back to north of Graveyard and drop some bombs up in there.
Can we get something in the randomizer where the validation chest, as it's known, if you like do anything to it, like torch it or throw the fire rod at it,
It turns into a mimic.
inside it, yeah, it just turns into ash. It's just dun.
Dude, I imagine if this game had a mimic enemy, and it randomly changed some of the chests in the game to mimics. That would be awesome.
I'd say
That would
that'd
be
be
perfect for
worse
this
than a
game.
Rupor. Can you imagine being on 1 heart and you go into a hype cave and you're like, okay, I just really need to find a good item, and instead you get eaten? It's just.
I mean, we're not talking like Dark Souls mimics. Like they don't just one shot you.
No, it just does like 1 heart of damage.
But like imagine if it was there and he like attacked you and pushed you off the off the edge and you had to go back around. That would be hilarious. Alrighty, SevenS1ns moving on to Ganon. And we will bring Chexhuman in a second. Let's see the rest of this fight. Then we can have him in here at the same time.
Oh yeah. I do like having that, because in that way, you know, each racer can hear the routing choices and the decisions made, and it allows them to have like a little open dialogue between them, because We know that you can't be talking to your opponent during the races here. We got too many rules now, and
never enough rules. Oh, he's got to be careful. He does have red mail, but how many hearts of damage does those fire bats do with red mail? 2?
2.
Okay, he still has 2 more hits.
And Ganon will do 4. He's got the arrows for it. Just wants to get some early shots in.
Might as well.
Trying to get that frame perfect silver arrow shot. Oh, didn't quite get the blue pig. And missed the torch glitch. Oh, this is scary.
Couple extra fire rod shots. No magic left. He's gonna have to use lamp for the rest of this.
Oh no!
No! You know, you gotta feel bad, just in general. You lost your race. You just want it to be over. You make a slight mistake like that, and then all of a sudden, the tilt probably settles in. So kudos to SevenS1ns. Looking as if he's going to continue the run. He's going to finish this one out, but first he's going to dig up some magic real quick.
I mean, you're right here.
Because the last thing we want to see is players forfeit.
Little known fact, you can actually pull those statues there. I think it's the first statue you can pull for something.
Oh yeah, tier 1 was actually small magic.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, he's actually defeated an enemy, so he's not going to get tier 1.
Shall we wait, or should we go ahead and bring in Chex? Let's bring in Chex.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's just go ahead and bring in Chex.
All right. Welcome, Chexhuman. GG on your victory. How you feeling right now?
Thank you. I feel lucky.
You should. Well, no,
I like that. You feel lucky. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
That Kena Samaria was like the deciding factor at this point. What came down to it was you guys were both doing the dwarves pretty much simultaneous. You went and checked north of Graveyard with the purple chest, while SevenS1ns checked the purple chest and then went ahead and finished the dungeons for pedestal check.
Oh.
Wow. Which wasn't too bad because all he had was Desert Palace at the time left. Like, just had to kill Amola, but that was enough to put him behind where he could not catch up, especially with G-Tower being as super free.
That's really interesting. I was hoping for a pedestal seat at that point.
I think we kind of all were expecting it to be a pedestal seed just because it laid itself out so perfectly for a pedestal seed. But that's the other thing is, you know, as soon as you guys have got to Hype Cave, all of a sudden that would have opened up that north of Graveyard, so you could have had that far sooner.
Yeah.
But it's not really a convenient location just because of, you know, routing, not having flippers. So when would you ever route north of Graveyard without it just being out of the way?
I should have routed it sooner, but I'm not good at routing north of Darkworld.
Hindsight, I guess. I mean, my thought was checking that before going to Lumberjack Cave and then into Skullwoods for the first time. But you actually didn't do Skullwoods until when? I don't remember, when did you?
I dipped into Mire and then went to Skullwoods, which I thought was a mistake.
Yeah, Skullwoods was a little bit after you decided to go up to Death Mountain and get yourself the fire rod.
Okay. So you hadn't been to Skullwoods yet, so you ended up doing a full clear all at once, while
Yes.
SevenS1ns checked Skullwoods the first time he was in Village of Outcasts area.
Also,
Right.
I do think that Chex and Seven had possibly the longest sync up in the tournament so far, outside of like at the very beginning of the game. But you guys were both in Desert Palace at the same time, and it was almost like a side by side kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. You guys were both in Pod around the same time. You guys were both in swamp around the same time because you guys kept on hitting the same roadblocks with flippers, and then again with the Cane of Samaria. So, yeah, it ended up being, for the most part, a very linear seed until you got the Titan mitts.
Yeah.
And then that opened everything up. And then it became linear again.
Yeah, this seed was really mean.
Seemed like it. Yeah. I felt lucky at the beginning, going through Eastern Palace pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you went with the sequence break, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting because SevenS1ns had Hammer, and while you had Glove and Moon Pearl, and then you guys kind of like swapped sides and then got the other stuff to even it out. But
Where
he
was
had
Hammer?
Hammer was in Mini Moldorn.
Yeah.
But we have a finish from SevenS1ns, the time of 2:05:48. GG's.
Yeah, GG to both of our racers. Would have probably been a little bit closer. Unfortunately, SevenS1ns took that fall at Ganon, which, as a majority of us randomizer racers have had that misfortune to be right at the end and take that fall.
But yeah, so any other comments about this about this seed in general? How'd you feel throughout playing it? Did you feel behind? Did you feel ahead?
I felt ahead until I got the Titans mitts and didn't know what to do. And here's my other big mistake. I just forgot about Ice Palace. But I guess that didn't matter.
Oh yeah, because you did do Pendant Skullwoods before going to Ice Palace.
Yeah.
Which Ice Palace didn't end up having anything anyway. Did it?
Nope.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, it was
Ice
really
Palace
weird.
and Pod. Pod had half magic, but
Yeah, Skull Woods 2, which is the token V26 gold mine, has had nothing either.
Because yeah, at that point, all you guys needed were Samaria and Quake, and Quake was conveniently in Mire, and Samaria was inconveniently in a terrible overworld location.
And if you're ready, we can go ahead and pull in your opponent.
Yep. Hey, SevenS1ns, how you feeling?
GG.
Yo, GG Chex. I feel like I should have gotten a better item out of the pedestal.
Yeah, we all.
Yeah, with all the work that you put into it.
We were hoping for at least a sword upgrade or something.
Oh,
Maybe boots.
man.
Boots would have been convenient. Ish.
That cane. That cane.
Yeah, we had like a really evil thought of like, the big key for G Tower being on top of the torch, forcing you to get the boots at pedestal. That'd be just really evil.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I pulled the pedestal. There were no boots in there, so
It was interesting because like early on we started talking about, well, with pendants in the light world, a pedestal seat is always very possible, even more so. And then we started winding down and we were running out of locations to check. We're like, is it gonna be? Because that's the worst when you don't have a book, so you can't even like tell if it is a pedestal seat or not. You kind of just have to go for the blind pull.
yeah. I
And
accidentally messed up with that because I went to Skull Woods when I had the fire on, and I was like, you know what? I'll go check the pedestal. And then I was like, oh, I don't have the book.
So I can't.
Yeah, so I ended up killing Mothia, and I was like, you know what? I got 2 medals. Let's go for the third.
Mm-hmm.
And rip.
Yeah, it was funny because both you guys pretty much came down to checking the dwarves around the same time. Chexhuman took the purple chest up to North of Graveyard while you delivered it, as well as checking Batcave to the guy, and then went straight into Desert Palace. So it's just a 50-50 at that point.
You checked Batcave?
I checked everything.
Powder was in Spike Cave.
Okay.
I had a 100% completed seed pretty much without the items inside Ganon's tower, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was fun. Oh, I know, wait. The Turtle Rock and Mimic Cave, obviously, but I wasn't go mode at that point. Yeah, I checked every possible location. So, yeah, I have a 100% completed seed before I could enter Turtle Rock.
Yeah, you guys went everywhere. It was really interesting to see like your routing decisions. Toward like the end of the game, you guys were like pretty much like right behind each other. One would go into like pod, and the other one went into like another location, and then you guys would flip flop. So you guys would be in your opposite respective dungeons. It was really fun to watch, really fun to commentate, and chat had a lot of fun with it as well.
Yeah, there were quite a few lead changes throughout, and it just came down to that freaking Kana Samaria. And we also did get a shout out from the Phantom Ryu, who popped in and said his little thing that he always says. So
I feel blessed.
you should. But
I honestly, I have never been more tired after a randomizer race. I still can't fathom the fact that the Kana Samaria was like completely out of my reach. You know, the V26 logic just didn't apply in its entirety.
Oh yeah, Skullwoods had nothing. I mean, all these tropes that like everybody kind of builds up. It was really interesting.
Thieves Town was empty. Thieves Town was completely empty.
Thieves Town was empty. Pod was empty.
Because it was a crystal. Crystal dungeons don't have anything.
That was it. That was it.
Until they do.
I had a point to make and I already forgot what it was. So
Thanks for commentating, by the way.
yeah, of course. I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm glad I got to step in with my boy Nins. It's always a treat. Thank you for letting us commentate. Thank you guys for putting on a great show. GG's to both the runners for finishing a not so fun seed. Personally, I don't like when it comes down to nobody likes 100% a seed. That's basically.
I don't even mind the 100%. I mind the bootless.
I'm with
It's
you.
so crazy.
Everywhere.
The crazy thing is, despite it being a bootless seed, both you guys were capable of getting a sub 2. I think you were still on par for a sub 2 if you hadn't fallen at Ganon.
I don't know what I was doing. I was tilted at that point because I saw the.
That's what I thought. That's what I
We
said.
saw it at the validation chest. We saw you throwing everything you had in it. Bombs, ether, Quake, both canes. You just didn't like that chest.
It was a bad chest.
I don't even know. Did you open it, Chex?
It was a map. It was
Right.
Yeah, you torched that map.
That's the second time I torched the validation chest with a burrito inside. Wow.
I'm getting hungry.
burrito.
But yeah, GG Chex. Thanks for the race and congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, don't
And
feel
good
bad
luck
if you're.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, don't feel bad if you're a fan of SevenS1ns. He's a really cool streamer, really cool guy, and got his 0 and 2, but you know there's still plenty of races to go. He can still make a great comeback. So give and also
Don't give up hope.
Chexhuman. Yeah, Chexhuman 1-1 now. So moving on to the next 1-1 opponent he's gonna have.
It could be Ben. It could be Ben. I hope it's Ben.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. Are you guys in that Swiss round with them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I mean, this is main tourney.
But yeah, good luck. I actually have to run. I have like a really
Yeah,
busy
go.
day tomorrow. So. Thank you again for the commentary. Thank you for hosting and everything. I will see you in the next race.
Yeah,
GGs.
best of luck. Get some sleep.
I
Take it
will.
easy.
GG.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us. We got another game going on over at Speed Gaming 3. I believe it is the match between Wolfie and
Oh, my
Freddy.
boy Wolfie. Wolfie and Freddy, awesome.
So you guys go head on over there after us. Thank you so much for having us. Make sure to follow both the commentators, myself, Wheeler J. Bradley, and Minis, as well as shout-outs to Arch Tracker, Jighart, sorry. Jeez. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys, and we'll see you at the next one.
Adios.